Hey guys, I'm Tina Marie J. Welcome to my channel. Today marks the 17th anniversary since September 11. That's crazy. I cannot believe it has been 17 years already, and it feels like it was just yesterday. On 9/11, I was sitting in my homeroom class, and I was pulled out of class, called to the dean's office, thinking I was in trouble for something, because I was never called to the dean's office before. But it was my aunt who came to pick me up and to let me know what was going on. Took me home, I turned on the news, and I saw everything going down. It was the scariest day in my life, and it was also the turning point in my life. September 11 really brought a lot out of me. On that day, I went completely numb because my mom worked in the second tower, and it took several hours to get in contact with her, and I thought she was dead. I thought I had lost her. I didn't know what to do. And finally, when we got in touch with her and we knew that she was safe and she was okay, then I just felt numb. I didn't know what to feel or what to think. Most people see their loved ones on that day, and the first thing to do is run and hug them and thank God or thank whoever they believe in that they have their loved one still safe, because many people lost their lives that day. Strangely enough, I was not in that state. I was so traumatized at the age of 16, and I just didn't know what to think or what to do. I never felt safe again after that. Before 9/11, I felt completely safe. I thought, well, we have police, we have the army protecting our country, we're totally safe. I never saw anything like this go down. But then after that happened, I realized I'm not as safe as I thought I was. I ended up falling into a very deep clinical depression after 9/11. I suffered a lot of PTSD, a lot of nightmares. Everything really just went downhill from there. About 3 years after that, my father ended up dying of cancer. Shortly after 9/11, we have found out he was sick. So that just made things even worse. After I graduated high school, I didn't know what to do. I didn't go straight to college because I didn't know what I wanted. I felt like I had a very rough past 2 years, and I didn't want to jump into anything that I wasn't sure of. I went to college a year after graduating high school, and I got pregnant in my first year of college. And then I got pregnant again with my youngest daughter at the age of 23, which is when I ended up finding the ICOC, the International Churches of Christ, which is the cult that I speak about on this channel often. So you're probably wondering, why is she mentioning all these events? And the reason why I bring it up is to say that a lot of these things ended up happening for me in a downhill slope after September 11. But because I was raised to believe in God, I always believed God had my back. So when 9/11 happened, I guess I just didn't feel all that safe. Even though I didn't feel that safe, I did feel very lucky and fortunate. I felt like maybe God loves me more in some sort of way, because he saved my mom, but he didn't save other kids' moms or dads or grandparents or uncles and aunts. And I always felt like every event that happened in my life, God always had my back every time I went through something. I don't want to make this video about why I don't believe in God and why it's all God's fault that 9/11 happens, and I don't want to turn this into a negative thing. But even though 17 years later today I am no longer a believer, I do believe that we can find within ourselves a lot of peace, and we can find within ourselves a way to overcome our past and to learn from it, even though we may never actually get over it. When you have traumatic events happen in your life, things that really change your life completely, things like September 11, or for those of you who were a part of a cult and that may be the most traumatizing thing you've ever experienced, and now you feel like you will never overcome it, just know that you will. You can overcome these things, but don't be so quick to run away from your fear of the past or from the memory of the past. Rather, use that memory and that fear as a lesson to be learned for your life. The people who were trapped, it's horrible for me to even try to put myself in their shoes and to think, how would I feel? What would it be like if I were trapped in this tall building and there's no way I can get out and I'm hanging out of a window? I don't know how I would feel in that moment, but I know that a lot of people had to have been so scared and they knew it was an end for them. So when I myself in existence today think about what it must have been like for those people to be in that type of situation in that very moment, my heart completely goes out, and I don't really know what to say about that. If there is a God, then God definitely saved my mom, but then I still question, why didn't God save the other people? Why did some people get out okay and other people were trapped? That's a question I'll always have. That's a question no one can answer. Every event, you can always tie it to the existence or the non-existence of God. Whenever something happens, people tend to blame God or tend to say, well, what happened? Where was God? Why didn't God stop this? Or why didn't God do something? I do the same thing, but I don't feel that there is really an answer. I don't feel that we know the answer, and if there is an answer, it's not something we will ever know while we're here in this life. So I don't bother to really dwell on that. Instead, I think about the moment and I think to myself, I really want to make sure that I live my life and that I just try to be a happy person, and I try to have good experiences and enjoy my life and do all the things I really want to do, because we really never know when our time is up. All the things I've experienced in my life, I don't know what I can attribute it to, my good and my bad experiences. I know that I don't beat myself up over it, and I don't sit there and question, well, why this and why that, and dwell and get stuck. Because if we continue to question what we don't believe in or what we do believe in, then we will dwell and we'll never move on with our life, and we'll never get to experience true joy in our life, because we'll be so stuck trying to answer a question for ourselves that really will never get answered. I've had many moments in my life where I've gone through certain things, and I would think to myself, how fortunate am I? I'm so lucky. God loves me so much that He didn't allow this to turn into something worse, or He didn't allow for certain things to happen. But then I look to my left and I look to my right, and then I see that God did allow for certain things to happen in other people's lives. It makes it difficult for me to be able to say, thank God my mom is okay, because then there's always someone else who can't say thank God their loved one is okay. Their loved one is not here. I can't say thank God like I used to, because I'm always thinking about other people, and I'm always wondering, if I can thank God for this, why can't that person be able to be in the same situation as me and say the same thing? Even though I feel that way about that, I am so thankful, and I do say my gratitudes. I'm actually very big on gratitude. I'm thankful every day for life, for health, for my family. So I am very thankful that my mom is okay. I just think the fact that the situation didn't turn into something that would have changed my life forever. I just think. Sometimes if you feel like you don't know who to thank because you don't believe in a certain God or a certain religion, a belief system, or whatever it is, sometimes it's okay to just say thank you. Who are you thanking? I don't know. Just thank you. Thank you for the day. Thank you for my health. Thank you for my family. Thank you for the things I have. Thank you for having a new day to be able to get closer to my goals and to work on the things that I want in my life, the things that I am passionate about, the things that make me happy. These are the type of things that we should be thankful for every single day. So if 9/11 can teach you anything, let it teach you to be thankful. Be thankful all the time. Even when you feel like you have nothing to be thankful for, even when you feel like you have nothing left in life, or you're at the bottomless pit, be thankful, because you do have something. You're still here, so you have something. And with that being said, I thank you guys for watching my videos, for coming on this channel. I thank those of you who watch every single video and comment all the time and reach out to me on social media. I appreciate you so much. I love you guys all so much, and I will see you in the next video.